Hey, this is Brian, the main contributor to the Smart Connections Obsidian plugin, and I'm about to go through the different GitHub issues that I have been unable to respond to. It takes a lot of time to read through the issues and formulate a good response, so I'm hoping that by recording my process, you can see what I'm thinking as I'm coming up with the response, and hopefully that will provide you with more insights on what the future of smart connections look like, and also answer whatever questions it is that you had in the issue itself. Thanks for watching, and let's get started. Okay, next issue number 59 by Rotello, saving the chat. So it looks like at the time this was not implemented, but great. So I did update that this was added in 2.1. So now the smart chat history is saved in Markdown format. And since then, I'm not sure if it's in the version 2.1. Let's take a look at the version 2.2, which I think this is pretty cool, really. You have this little button to the right of the chat name that opens conversation node. Now you can see we have a canvas, and this was inspired by, I forget the plugin name. It was recently made open source and I shared it on Twitter, but another plugin I do remember is Cannoli. Basically, it's like using the canvas to build like a chat conversation is actually like really intuitive and like a really cool user experience. So in an upcoming update, just like on ChatGPT, you'll be able to edit the chat. And then what that would look like is like a split here, so it'd be like having another, like different response. And like that would be, maybe over here. And then, like subsequent responses using that would be, following this. But, like right now, we're still like single branch. This is just like a proof of concept I wanted to put together, a little bit of a tangent about the JS Brains project. If you've watched some of my other videos, you might already know that one of the similarities between all of the modules within the JS Brain project is that they use this adapter pattern. And what that means is when these smart chats are saved, there is a module that handles that. That handles, managing the current chat and like persisting the current chat. And the method of saving was just in a JSON file. And then the second method of saving was in a Markdown file format, which I think that, let's like revert here to the 2.1. I think that 2.1 might still be using the Markdown format, so we can take a look at that. But basically the Markdown format is an adapter. And then we have the Obsidian Canvas format. And the Obsidian Canvas format is also an adapter. And the reason I'm explaining that is because it was actually like really simple to implement this new format for saving the files. And, in a future release, I intend on making it, optional to use the Canvas format. For whatever reason, you may want to use, the JSON format still. Maybe you're exporting the files to another, program or piece of software that you're developing. So you want to use, the JSON, which is like easy to work with, or maybe you want to use the Markdown, but really, okay, so here you go. So here's the Markdown format. But like, let's quick get back to version 2.2. Okay, so getting back to version 2.2. Let's open up this chat again. Okay, now another one. This should show us, boom, plops in a new node in the canvas, and there it goes. That is the response from the AI. So, this is pretty cool. But, now getting back to the issue, I think it's just safe to close this one out. I will still follow up with the recording. Let's just go and version 2.2 implements Canvas format for saving smart chats. And might as well just add a little screenshot here. Should be it. Okay, cool. Closing that. Onward.